All right, everyone. It's good to be back after a short break, after a great holiday weekend. I hope everyone had a great 4th. It was beautiful weather, great beach weather. We obviously have changed things up a little bit with our live tasting schedule. We are now doing just one live tasting on Instagram once a month. It'll be the first Wednesday of every month, and this is the first of that change this evening. So instead of doing them every week, because we now are open at the winery 7 days a week, so by reservation, so you can't come out to the winery now and schedule a tasting. We still are offering private virtual tastings by appointment that you can still schedule, and I'm happy to take those reservations. You can contact me at Garrett, Garrett at zacamesa.com to schedule a private virtual tasting. But we're just doing the live tastings for now, just once a month. So that could change, but we're going to keep with the once a month schedule. Our calendar has been posted on our website, so you can see the upcoming tastings and purchase the wines for those tastings ahead of time, so you can join with me. Our viewership will probably be a little lower today because of the change in schedule. I'm sure people aren't going to be used to the change of mixing it up to just once a month, but hopefully as we continue to do this and we're doing it once a month, we'll get some more people out to watch and get some wine to taste with me. This video will also be on our Instagram after the live tasting, and our YouTube channel. The link will be in our Instagram for the YouTube as well, so you can watch it both ways after. Tonight's live tasting is featuring 3 of some of my favorite summer wines. Since we're in the middle of summer, it's warm out. These are 3 wines that I think just go really nice with the season, and I'm going to go through each one of them and just explain some of the winemaking practices with these wines, and also why I really enjoy these wines during the warmer months. There is also a really nice promo going on with these 3 wines that I will announce at the end of the tasting. A really nice shipping deal, so you can purchase these wines after. For you guys watching at home, I hope you have a bottle of wine or a beverage that you are drinking right now. Please, let me know what you guys are having if you have any of these 3 wines. And I am solo tonight, so I do not have my lovely wife and assistant helping me with questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in, and I'll get to them as we go through the tasting tonight. So tonight's tasting is my favorite summer wines. I have our 2017 Grenache Blanc going from left to right. In the middle here, we have the beautiful dry Rosé of Grenache. This was recently released. And then our 2016 Mourvèdre. So each one of these has its purpose and place and during the summer, personally for me. And that's why I chose these wines to do for the tasting tonight. So I hope you enjoy it. And Ray, hey Ray, I will not be at the winery tomorrow, my friend. I'm sorry, but I am glad that you are coming out to see us. I will make sure that you are taken care of during your visit. And hi to Jeff and Pat. Good to see you guys again. Thanks for watching. All right. So does anybody have any of these wines? You got the Grenache Blanc, the Rosé, Mourvèdre, maybe all 3 of them. I'm going to start with our Grenache Blanc and work my way through. So this is our 2017 vintage of Grenache Blanc. This is, if you've been to our property, it's the little front vineyard right as you come into the gate, as you come up to our tasting room. This covers kind of the front entrance to our winery. We have some picnic tables actually like right down in the middle. It's a nice little event space as well. With a big giant oak tree in the center. It's a beautiful spot to come out and have a picnic and drink some wine down there. It's gorgeous. Grenache Blanc was good. All right. Thanks, Tim. That Rosé Grenache is awesome. Enjoyed every bottle. I'm going to order more. All right, we still got it. We don't have a lot of it, so get it while you can. Our Rosé is a smaller production wine, and it really flies during the summer. Rarely does it make it through to the fall. So if you are a Rosé fan, this is the time of year to get it. And like I said, we have a nice little deal going with these 3 wines that I'll announce at the end of the tasting. So if you do want to order, this is the time to do it. Jeff says, we enjoyed a bottle of the Rosé last night. Delicious. Awesome. All right, so let's start with the Grenache Blanc. As I was saying, it's right out in front of our vineyard. We just have a couple acres of this. Grenache Blanc is a genetic mutation of the Grenache Noir grape, or just Grenache as you typically see it on the label. So it's a genetically a little unstable varietal, and there will have these random white clusters that will pop up on one of the vines that comes out. Basically that's how kind of Grenache Blanc got started. When that first popped up, they took that varietal and then took the cutting and replanted it and made clones and so on and so forth. Still out on our regular Grenache, our red Grenache vineyard, on that part of the vineyard, we'll still see random white clusters that will actually pop up on those vines because of that reason. So it's a very light, very clean, very refreshing, characteristic varietal. For how we make the Grenache Blanc, we handpick everything, and that's with all our program. We bring it into the vineyard. We throw it directly into our large bladder press, and this slowly presses the juice, slowly extracts it from the grapes. That juice is then transferred into our tank room, which is then cold settled for 24 hours. And then we'll start fermentation. We do partial stainless, just about 25%, and then 75% is aged in neutral French oak. So just a little bit of stainless and then a large amount of neutral French oak. And that neutral French oak is just used to add a little more texture to the wine, do some stirring on the lees and sediment, which adds that nice kind of full textural mouthfeel. The acidity on this wine is so beautiful. It's very high, very clean. Characteristic wise, it gives a lot of the citric note, a lot of lemon lime zest, green apple, a little Meyer lemon, very mineral driven as well, because the high acidity gives that nice mineral tone to it as well. Very light in color, has that nice kind of straw yellow color to it. And flavor wise, it's very intense. You get that nice full salivation going. It's very bright. Yeah, just a really nice, refreshing wine. And the reason why I love this wine for the summertime is for those reasons. It's just it's very clean and refreshing, and when you're in warmer weather, it's so easy to drink. I mean, it has this refreshing, almost like you're drinking, a nice cold glass of lemonade, and it's just so refreshing. And it's better than lemonade because it gives you a little buzz. So that's the bonus. But it's a really nice wine, and I think it's a varietal that you don't see a lot of, and for me, being in a warmer weather, I'm not going to be drinking, a heavy, Chardonnay or, even Sauvignon Blanc, I think is a little too green. The Grenache Blanc is just so light and clean, with these really bright citric notes. It's really made perfectly for warmer weather. And food-wise, you can do a lot of these lighter dishes, some more of those summer kind of style dishes, whether it's a lighter poultry dish or even, some salads, summer style salads. It's a great wine, great with fish as well. If you're on the coast, hanging out at the beach, getting some fish and chips, the Grenache Blanc is awesome. So this is the Grenache Blanc is my beach wine. This is my beach kind of picnic. If you're going camping or something, and you're going somewhere warm, Grenache Blanc you're going to definitely want a couple bottles of this. And it just goes down so quick because it's just so refreshing, especially on those hot days. And we don't do any secondary malolactic fermentation, so it keeps all that really nice mallow acid, which gives you that really rich green apple taste. So again, just adding to that kind of clean, lighter, refreshing kind of note to it, without that malolactic fermentation, which adds more of that creamy texture. It keeps it really nice and lean. Thanks, Garrett. Can't wait to hear the deal, and we'll order. All right. Awesome. So, if you haven't, had our Grenache Blanc, I highly recommend it if you like that lighter style white wine. We don't make Sauvignon Blanc, we don't make Riesling, and Viognier is definitely heavier than the Grenache Blanc. Out of our varietals that we make, Grenache Blanc is the lightest of our white varietals. And it's dry as well, so there's no residual sugar. You get this nice, clean, dry white wine with these really bright, refreshing notes. Again, my favorite summer white wine. All right, let's move over to that rosé. So this is the 2019 vintage. This was just released earlier this year in March. And, as everybody knows, the quarantine started right then, so we really didn't get to really fully release it until recently after we reopened. So it's kind of almost like a re-release, because people didn't really get to enjoy it in early spring. So, which helps. It'll probably, last a little bit longer because we didn't have that, early rush of rosé that came out because we weren't open. We may have a little bit more going through the season, which is great. We never could have too much rosé. This is 100% Grenache, and it is picked from a separate block of Grenache grapes than from our other Grenache blocks on our vineyard. So the specific clone and planting of this, our winemaker really likes because it shows a little higher acidity, a little more red fruit characteristics, which is perfect for rosé. And the most crucial part of this wine during the whole winemaking process is the pick. With rosé, it's really, really essential to pick at the right time. If you pick it too early, it's gonna be super tart, really high in acidity. And if you pick it too late, you're gonna not have enough acid and it's gonna be really flabby. So to pick it at the right time is key, and Kristen does a really great job of picking that right time. And so far, with all the vintages that we've had, they've been really fantastic. It's a higher in acidity, so it does have more tart characteristic to it. But the red fruit is just so nice. The strawberry, the watermelon, the raspberry, a little tangerine. And for me, I always get this, especially on the nose, this watermelon Jolly Rancher note. Which is, watermelon Jolly Ranchers were my favorite candy when I was growing up. So it kind of brings that back to me, a little bit of that childhood candy. Terry Smith, love your shirt. If you were blindfolded tasting the Grenache Blanc versus the Grenache Rosé, what would be the biggest giveaway to tell them apart? The biggest giveaway would definitely be the characteristics. I mean, the Grenache Rosé is going to have a lot of red fruit to it. More of that strawberry and raspberry and watermelon that I just mentioned. Whereas the Grenache Blanc is going to be more green apple and citric. So that's going to be the, if I was not looking at these wines, that would be the dead giveaway right off the bat. Their acidity is pretty close. I would say the Rosé's acidity is a little higher. But the characteristics of the fruit are going to be different. Gary Johnson, what temp do you recommend for the Rosé? So Rosé is one of those wines where you can get away with actually just really chilling it, throwing it on some ice, having that nice chill. Again, why I picked it for, one of my favorite summer wines is because it is that wine that you don't have to think a lot about, to throw it on a nice bucket of ice, pull it out of the cooler and just enjoy it. You don't have to think a lot about it and analyze it. Just enjoy it. It's just a really nice, easy drinking wine. And rosé is kind of that nice neutral wine where I think everybody can enjoy it. And again, it's you don't have to think about it too much, and it goes well with a lot of different foods. Oh, it's so good. So after we pick the rosé, we bring it in the vineyard. We do about a 2-hour press on the skins, and that's what gives it that light pink color. So we take the red Grenache grapes, whole cluster press it in our bladder press, about 2 hour skin contact. We take the juice, we cold settle it overnight for about 24 hours. And then we're actually going to ferment in stainless, and then some of it's going to see some neutral French oak. So that's one of the other, a lot of times rosé is just straight stainless. With our rosé, it actually sees some neutral oak, and that adds a little more mouthfeel and texture, which is really nice. And Terry, I do remember to send you a shirt. I'm still going to do that. I have not been at the winery for about a week. So there's been a couple things going on, but I promise I will send that out to you ASAP, my friend. So the rosé, another nice thing with rosé, it's one of those wines that goes well with salads. There's not a lot of wine that I like to pair with salad because all the different flavors are in salad, and the high acidity that comes from vinaigrettes. But if you do like a nice mixed green with goat cheese or some burrata with strawberry with like a balsamic demi-glaze with candy pecans, would be awesome. And then the rosé just kind of works really nicely with that. With the rosé, how is it produced to achieve its rich color? Are the skins left in a bit longer? So Grenache is a little darker skin pigment. So comparatively to like Pinot, for example, it's going to have, right off the bat, have a little more color to it. But again, with the 2 hour skin contact, I've seen rosés with like 30-minute skin contact, and it almost looks white. It's barely pink, just really, really light pink. Color is really important in rosé too, I think. People look at rosé, and when the color's the right hue, it's so pretty. Sometimes you see rosés that are really dark, and that's either the varietal that was used for it could be part of it, but also the amount of time that it's soaked on the skins. And ours is a true rosé, so our Grenache is grown for the rosé. It's made in a true Provence style. It's not the leak off of excess juice. It's made to be rosé, and that's when you get a rosé like that, they're so much different, night and day different from the other style rosé. So Grenache Blanc, really bright, refreshing, lighter fruit characteristics, more citric, green apple, pear, Meyer lemon, and then you come over to the rosé, which is these brighter, red fruits, strawberry, watermelon, raspberry. Two chiller white wines. Grenache Blanc again is, it's going to be a white that you could chill a little bit more, and then rosé, like I said, just throw it on some ice in the cooler and enjoy it. Two really nice porch pounders. I mean, these wines just go down really easy, really nicely. Our staff in the tasting room, we always look forward for when the rosé comes out, because like I said, it goes so quickly. So when it comes out, you see the staff really excited to get some bottles and taste it with our winemaker. All right, so we've done the Grenache Blanc, we've done the Rosé of Grenache. Now we have to have a red. We need a red in the summer. Summer for most people is very hot, it's very warm. So you like to have these kind of lighter, refreshing wines. But this is our 2016 Mourvèdre. Mourvèdre or Mourvèdre blends, GSM blends. Just an awesome barbecue wine. If you're going over to a barbecue, be different. Bring a bottle of Mourvèdre. It's a little something, a little different than your typical, Pinot or Cab or something. Mourvèdre just pairs so nicely with barbecue style foods. It has that really dry spicy tannin profile. It has the spicy characteristics, more of these dark fruit characteristics, these tart fruit characteristics. And it's just, it has that really dry, rich profile to it with all these really nice baking spices. So Mourvèdre is, definitely my favorite, barbecue wine. If you're doing barbecue, definitely do some Mourvèdre. You can even marinate, your steak overnight in a little bit of Mourvèdre just to go with it. And it works so nicely. So Mourvèdre, this is our 2016 vintage. And we use Mourvèdre in a lot of different things. It's very versatile. We use it to add some nice tannin structure and more of these spicy notes and dark fruit notes to our blends. And then we do some as a single varietal. And the single varietal is something that you don't see a lot of. It's a unique grape. It's not something you just walk into any grocery store and find sitting on a shelf. In fact, still to this day, there is no Mourvèdre section at the grocery store. But if you go to your local market and there's a local wine section, you might see a couple Mourvèdres here and there. They have it here at our local Albertsons in town. But there's it doesn't have its own place. Typically, you see it in GSM blends, which stands for Grenache Syrah Mourvèdre, and that's where you mainly see it. It's also a Spanish varietal originally, and it was called Monastrell, and that's where the Mourvèdre originates. And you can find some single varietal Mourvèdre from Spain. I've seen a little bit of that here and there at stores, but you probably won't even realize that it's Mourvèdre. So let's taste this guy. And I'm using our Rhone Hermitage glass, which just kind of helps concentrate the aromatics and the delivery onto your palate. Yeah, just right off the bat, just sucks that moisture right out of your mouth with that dry tannin profile. A lot of baking spices, a little black currant, almost like a cigar tobacco as well. And then for the fruit, you get that like black cherry and blueberry, especially on the aromatics. And so this is my barbecue wine. If you're having a barbecue, you're going to a barbecue, this is my wine of choice. So with these three wines all together, you got your complete summer set of wine. These are the three wines that can get you through the hot months of summer, and you can have some fun with. Grenache Blanc for your beach day, your picnic, going camping. Rosé, one of the most versatile wines there is. It's easy, you don't have to think about it. It's also screw capped, which is nice. If you forgot a corkscrew, you're good to go. Pop that guy open. Everybody likes it. There's nothing, what's not to like about rosé. It's an easy wine. Absolutely. So Tim Mankowski, absolutely so true. I love Mourvèdre, and it's not easy to find. Zaca Mesa and Larner are the two I buy it from. Also, yeah, Larner makes a really nice Mourvèdre. Right up the road from us, Kohler makes a nice Mourvèdre as well. But yours is better. Dry and grippy. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. Dry. Has that kind of grippy sandpaper tannin to it. It's an awesome wine. Really underappreciated wine, I think. Grenache as one of those non-Syrah, red Rhone varietals, has really grown in popularity. You see a lot more now as a single varietal grape and bottling. But Mourvèdre just hasn't made it there yet. It still hasn't made it to the mainstream. It's not something you see on a wine list at a restaurant, rarely. But it deserves more credit. It's a great varietal. It's a great grape, and I think for smokehouses, barbecue, steakhouses kind of places, Mourvèdre would just kill if you had it by the glass or a nice couple bottle, a few bottle selections. It just pairs so nicely. You don't always have to do Cab or Syrah. even though Syrah is also very, very good and fantastic. But if you want to be a little different and bring something that's a little more kind of talking point and something that people aren't used to seeing, Mourvèdre is going to be that wine. So at the beginning of this, I had mentioned that, we have a little promo going on. So with the Grenache Blanc, the Rosé of Grenache, and the Mourvèdre, if you purchase 6 or more, and it can be a combination of the 3, or if you just want all of one, for club members, you'll get 30% off, $10 shipping with a complimentary cool pack. So since it is summer, since these are summer wines that we're doing, the cool pack keeps the wine chilled as it gets shipped out, and that's across the United States, any state that we ship to. $10 shipping, complimentary cool pack. The cool packs are usually $12. So you're saving a lot of money there. Especially 6 bottles of wine can be pretty expensive to ship. So $10, complimentary cool pack, and any combination of the 3 wines, 2, 2, and 2, all of one. As long as you get one of these 3 wines, that's part of the deal. And you can order this on our website at zacamesa.com. ZacaMesaWinery.com, and you can order it on our website. You can contact me if you like, and I can put in the order for you as well, or call the winery during business hours, and we'd be happy to process the order as well. So again, combination up to six or more bottles, 30% off for club members, and then 10% off for non-club. So if you're not in our wine club, you still get a discount plus the $10 shipping, plus the complimentary cool pack, so you don't have to be on our wine club to enjoy this promo. This lasts only from today till Saturday. So just remember that if you want to order these wines, you only have a few days to get that in. So Tim, I know you said you wanted to order some. Now's your chance. Starts tonight through Saturday, and you can. 6 or more bottles, $10 shipping, comp cool pack. If you are in our wine club, 30% off. If you're not, you still get 10% off. So it's a really nice deal. Awesome deal. Yes, I agree. So if you guys have any questions, any other additional questions, feel free to put them in. Our schedule is updated. So next month, in August, I am very excited for this tasting. It was something that was on our calendar back, that would have been in for July, but because of the reopening and everything, we pushed it back. But I'm going to taste through our Recusant. So Recusant is a program that we did. It is a Grenache Mourvèdre blend. It's a 3-bottle set. One is aged in clay, one is aged in neutral French oak, and one is aged in concrete. So I'm going to go through all 3 of those wines and the differences of those 3 vessels. So same juice, same vintage, 3 different bottles, one aged in each different vessel. So you get this whole different profile because of these vessels. So I'm really excited for that tasting. Definitely check it out. And again, this tasting will be posted on our Instagram after the live tasting, and also on our YouTube page. What am I missing? We are open 7 days a week. If you are in the area, give us a call. We are by reservation, but we will accept walk-ins if we have the space. But reservation is very highly recommended because we do fill up, especially Friday through Sunday. If you want to come out and visit us, we are doing tastings Monday through Thursdays, and then by the glass or bottle Friday through Sundays. So please come visit us. You can follow us on our Instagram, follow us on YouTube. Zaca Mesa Winery, again, the promo, 6 or more bottles, combination of these 3 or just all of one, $10 shipping, complimentary cool pack, 10% off for non-club, and 30% off for our club members. You can order that on our website or call the winery during business hours, or you can email me directly, which is Garrett@zacamesa.com, and I'd be happy to get your order in for you as well. So thank you everyone again who joined. I'm sorry for the schedule change. It'll take a minute to get adjusted, but again, we'll be doing the first Wednesday of every month. This is the first of those. Next month I'll be back in August for the first Wednesday with the recusant tasting with the 3 different vessels. And like I said at the beginning, we're still doing the private virtual tastings. So just email me and I'd be happy to set a private tasting up with you. They've been really fun. And it's just 3 or more bottles to purchase to set that up. You got it. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Stay safe. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July holiday weekend. And I hope to see you guys at the next tasting or at the winery. Take care.